Okay, this one is for Cade in Illinois, and he ordered the 655 HPC Plus, so that's what we got here for him right here. Thing to point out on these is, like I said before on one of the other videos, is the main benefit to like radios like this is right there, 3-year factory warranty. You know, you buy some of your cheaper radios, you know, obviously they work pretty good and whatnot, but you buy them from your big online A source. I'm not going to sit there and slander that company. Obviously they're very successful, but the A company, which I think everybody can pretty much tell what I'm talking about, the other online source, the R company that sells pretty much anything and everything radio related, they sell radios branded their own. I've sold them in the past, whatnot. Yeah, they do honor, I think, a 1-year replacement, something like that anyways, on their 10-meter radio, so you get about a year, but I mean, you don't get anywhere close to, you know, what we're seeing here on the 3-year. So these guys are, I don't think they're going anywhere. Obviously they want their customers to be happy with their radios that they make and stuff, and for all intents and purposes what we want to use here, you know, for communication wise, these radios work really good. So, you know, that's something to consider. You know, you buy your radios from your A company, and after whatever it is, the free return, whatever the policy is, if you don't decide you don't want the radio, whatever you do, you keep the radio. Let's say a year from now, 18 months from now, the radio stops working for whatever reason, you're basically stuck with a paperweight. Throw it in the garbage and just buy something else. So you do that a couple times. You know, you buy a radio like this, you're covered for 3 years. I mean, and we know with past practice, I mean, sometimes they change the model within that time, but I'm assuming at that point, if, you know, I can't speak for them on what they would do in that situation, but I do know they'll cover you as a customer, and you're going to get a working radio back, whether it's the same model that you had, like say this one, say they come out with a +2 or something, I don't know, who knows what companies will do later, but just assume that within the 3-year time, if something happens to the radio, they're going to take care of you. Yeah, you have to send it in. That's all companies. You can buy a $5,000 HF radio. If you have a problem with it, you have to pay to send it in. It's a warranty thing. They pay to send it back. That's just how it works. And people don't like that, but, you know, you pay to send, they pay to send back. So just throw that out there. Some guys have a hard time understanding that point. So we're just going to quickly look at the function menu here. Apparently there's a function in here, the FUNT, that tells how many seconds that the function menu stays visible. So I haven't tried that before. We'll try that later in the video. This one's already ready for the service portion, so we're just going to run through it really quick. I'll check the frequency. FM power will be 50. That'll be about 0.5 watt. Actually no, I think these only, it's either going to be 0.5 or 1. I think these actually do go down to 0.5, so it'll be 0.5. This will be about whatever the maximum is, like 3.9 something kilohertz. This will be maximum, I think I set them to 16 watts or something, maximum. And then low will be like 0.5 watts. This one will be a good level of audio without obviously negative pinching or flat topping. Same here, and that's pretty much it. I mean, these are super easy to set up, and then it's just going to talk. I mean, these are talking radios. Okay, so here's that menu option I was talking about. So this is for the function menu. When you hold it down, how many seconds it actually will stay up before it disappears on its own. So I mean, you could have it a full minute if you wanted. That way, if you're cycling through, it's not just going to shut off on you. And that's probably how I'm going to start sending them out, because that can kind of be annoying when it shuts off on you. The only thing I recommend leaving on in here is this gate function, and the reason being is there's a little bit of artificial noise on the carrier when that's off, and I think that's just due to that boost board on there that gives the radio the increased power. But that's pretty much it. The other stuff you can customize how you wish. There is a PC software you can download for this radio on Stryker's website. It doesn't have a cable. once in a while I do have some cables. These cables work. This is for the DX5000. If anyone ever buys one of these and you need a cable, I have a couple here and there. A couple local guys buy these. They don't want the cable, so they just say just keep the cable, and that's why I have them. I don't specifically order cables just to sell anymore, that kind of thing. So that's why I have those once in a while. And I don't think they're on the website right now, but they're like $10 or something. You know, if somebody wants one for like a radio like this, and I do have it, it's like $10. So it ain't super expensive or anything. The 955 HPC Plus comes with it. The 655 does not. So you can see that stays on a little bit longer now. If you want to get out of it, just key the mic and it's gone. So that's a little more useful for those that, you know, you're cycling through and you forget something and you forget to tap it again and it just shuts off on you. It's kind of annoying. Receiver, you have this receiver tone. This is like a high cut or more highs, basically is what it is. So the radio also has a high cut enabled, but then you can also counteract it a little bit. Like if you got the high cut on but you want just a little bit more high in there still, you can do that, you know, that kind of thing. So you got a couple different options there. And that's pretty much it. So we're gonna test this radio out now, and you'll see when you talk that it pretty much pegs the scale, which is about right. Your RMS is about 16 on the carrier, then it's a little over double, which is good. I mean, that's a lot of modulation when you see that. And then your peak envelope power peak envelope power on this is well over 100, so that's good too. Like I say, it's a talking radio. You really don't need to run anything else with this. Like I've shown before, there's quite a bit of overshoot at times. That's why, you know, obviously when you see it with the voice, it does appear to flat top and flat line a little bit. You know, you can say what you will about that, but people like loud audio, they like talking radios, and that's exactly what these give you. Here's the 20 kilohertz span. Looks really good. We're not creeping up over that zero line at all, so that's a main feature there, that, you know, you want to maintain some type of you know, bandwidth, that the power that you're using stays within that channel, and that's what we're seeing there, basically, in the simplest way to put it. Let's run the test tone really quick on modulation, and that's where you can see that, you know, we're well within where we should be. So with voice, the radio's functionality takes over, so you can see there it looks good. And obviously with the test tone, there's less power. That's normal. So you can zoom up, take a quick peek at that center. Looks good. So everything is right. I mean, it's not super complicated. You don't need to modify these. You don't need to change capacitors. You don't need to change voltage regulators. You don't need any of that stuff. These are talking radios just how they are. If you want to do that stuff, you're doing it for the fun of it. There's no really scientific data to back up like, oh, it's going to make your radio get out 10 miles farther or anything. It's just, antenna is going to be more important. And obviously conditions and the person that you're trying to talk to or whatever, if they don't have the right antenna to hear you, it ain't gonna help. So here's the low power. So low power on this, you have to keep the audio a little less aggressive. It will still swing, but again, keep in mind this is from a 1/2 watt. Nobody's gonna really run it down that low, and since the radio's hot, the low carrier does creep up just a little bit, but in all intents and purposes it's a 1/2 watt, so, which is not really desirable to run that low. But there are some instances, maybe with certain amplifiers in the hobby, that a lower carrier can be helpful. So here's our RMS from a 1/2 watt, and it's actually about 0.6 watts now, but regardless of that, hello radio, 1 2 3 1 2 3. So we're seeing at least double, sometimes close to triple, which is a lot of audio too. It doesn't seem like much, but it is. That was a 4 right there, so that was a lot. It's one of those overshoots. Here's your peak envelope power. So you know, there was a 90 there for a minute. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, I mean, it's a talking radio even from a low carrier. And you can see here it's kind of out of scale, but the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So obviously we got a lot of overshoots like that big one there. And that one, you turn this up a little bit. Let's go to like, let's go to like 4 watts or something. It's close enough. You can kind of see where that is. So at the 4 watt mark, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, check, check, hello, 1, 2, 1, 2, hello. So pretty good on the RMS scaling. Peak, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hello, check, check. So that's a good level there to run the radio. It's giving you everything you need. You really don't need that extra carrier. I mean, you could run it, but it ain't gonna really help in some ways. I mean, maybe a little more consistency on the longer distance stuff, maybe. But usually with AM, it's all about audio. And when you have swing like this, you know, a low carrier with that high PEP, usually the audio is just a little bit louder and more punchy. But you know, you can run it wherever you want. It'll talk good either way. So that's pretty much it. You got a front talk back control, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm just running a Road Devil here. It's kind of what I use on the bench here, but she's working good. So I'll get up to my antenna really quick. There's some local guys out there, and then we'll wrap this one up and get it sent off to you today with the UPS option you selected.
House across the street there, Grampy. They had to come by and douche her again, man. She had a plume of smoke coming out of the top of the flood.
There's the high cut. So you can add a little more high cut if you want. Or you can disable it a little bit. A little more hiss that way. I like it at 3. It's in there on the menu too for the TX. I leave it about 3. 3 is a nice balanced sound. Didn't even have the mic gain all the way up on the radio, sorry. It didn't really matter though. And in the service mode it doesn't matter because this is disabled. Don't be afraid to use that RF gain when need be too, because you can really lower your overall receiver and just kind of focus in on somebody.
Yeah, man, that house is getting a lot of doggone visitors.
I think we have to turn that function on to the NRC. Let's go backwards. Yeah, RX NRC.
Oh, here, are you been over here?
Just a little bit.
Where's this dog? Man, I don't know where your dog's at. Hey, come up on my porch. Where's my dog? What happened to my house? My house is gone. What the fuck are you talking about, man? My house burned down. I said, oh shit, is that what stinks?
Somebody's house burned down in his neighborhood last night.
Well, you got cameras, that's all right.
He's on a DX5000 Plus I just set up for him last night. It's a hot rodded one, but it sounds good. Alright, let's check out the WX. That's our local one there. Usually don't hear that one or that one once in a while, but it's all jumbled up. See if I can pick up number 4 on anything. This one's in West Branch, Michigan, so I got a 2-meter beam up on the tower, vertical, Cushcraft 13B2, and I'm able to pick up a little more distant stations by turning that beam around. This is up in the north. I'm around Flint, so I'm actually south of Flint, so pretty good WX receiver with the right antenna. Obviously it's not the right antenna, but it's closer in frequency than a Mako V5000 is, so This one I was able to pick up, and I don't exactly know where it is, to the northwest a little bit. It's still fuzzy, but that gives you some type of idea that, you know, you're going to pick stuff up if you're out in the truck or something, wherever you are. You're definitely going to pick up WX, and there's a weather alert function in here. Should I even pick up the CV channels on that? I'm on the 2-meter beam right now. There's a WX alert, which is here. I'm not sure what that sounds like when it comes on, but I'm going to leave that on for you too. And I guess you got a squelch here too. Okay, yeah, we got a squelch, so let's see what that does. Now we can just hear the static. And that might be useful too if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're having a hard time hearing a signal. Hearing it with a little static is better than hearing nothing. See, there's something out there and you wouldn't be able to hear that with the squelch, so just keep in mind there's some useful settings in there. There's a VFO option where you can listen to 2-meter on this too. Stuff like that. Alright, well, get it heading your way. 73, thanks.